Diaspora throughout the world is a source of remittance, talent, and cultural representation in host countries. Pakistani diaspora is no different. But how do Pakistan's 9 million diaspora fare on their right to vote in Pakistan? As Pakistan stares at another election on February 8, 2024, the right to vote for overseas Pakistanis remains as uncertain and elusive as ever. But what steps have been taken until now that have only let this right remain just that, a pipe dream? As early as 2013, the Supreme Court directed the Election Commission of Pakistan and NADRA to expedite steps to carry out voter registration of overseas Pakistani voters. Still, the ECP failed to make any progress until now, despite Pakistan's overseas voting population rising from 4 million to 9 million. While in principle, all governments have agreed on overseas Pakistanis' right to vote, subsequent moves since 2017 to enfranchise such voters have been marred by controversy. Before its exit, the PMLN government gave the right to overseas through I-voting subject to a pilot study by the Election Commission of Pakistan. The I-voting was first introduced in 2018 by elections for overseas Pakistanis belonging to selected constituencies. The turnout for such elections was low. However, it marked new history. After coming into power in 2018, the PDI-led coalition government promised to give the much-needed right to voters. In November 2021, the same government passed legislation providing voting rights through electronic voting machines. The move was, however, considered vulnerable to hacking breaches in an independent task force study by the Election Commission. In 2023, months before its dissolution, the PDM government reversed PDI's move on I-voting and reversed it to earlier provisions of first conducting pilot studies for overseas voters broadly and in particular involving the use of EVMs. Yet, such a move would not be maiden as ECP, at a limited scale, has conducted such voting in 2018 by-elections. Overseas voting is not exceptional to overseas Pakistanis only. Turkey and Indonesia are also among the countries that offer this provision. Turkey's overseas voters have risen to 3.4 million voters from 2.8 million voters since the 2014 elections, despite a lower turnout of 17 to 18% in the 2014 Turkish presidential elections. The subsequent and 2023 elections saw a higher turnout of nearly 50%, with over 1.7 million casting their votes. Indonesian voters have continued their right to vote for decades also, from across 119 cities of the world, including Arab Gulf, Southeast Asia, Europe, and North America. In 2024, over 9 million overseas Indonesians are expected to exercise their vote, and over 96% participated in the 2019 elections. Diaspora from these countries can cast an in-person vote through overseas polling booths or their consulates or embassies by registering their vote. Nevertheless, these countries continue to debate and take steps to improve voter inclusion. While Pakistan adopted an ordinance in 2013 for such balloting and ECP continues to retain powers to promulgate rules, overseas Pakistani voters still continue to evade a shot at such inclusion.